Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game about deep sea diving and saving some species called Mini Diver City. In Mini Diver City, players are divers who are trying to save different types of species before the big bad corporation can come in and make them extinct and build some hotels. You're going to do this by playing cards in the style of Hanabi and Christmas lights, where you can't see your own cards, but you can see everybody else's cards. The difference here is you can't really talk to each other about the strategy of the game. So in order to have other players play their cards, you may have to use a diver ability, or you may have to use on your action an ability where they can flip their cards and look at them themselves. It's interesting, and it's a cool theme. Let's go down to the table and see how it plays. Alright, so here is a game of Mini Diver City set up as a solo game, but a solo game works essentially the same way as a two-player game with a little bit of a tweaking. So this is a game in the style of Hanabi or Christmas Lights, where players are not able to see their own cards. They can only see their opponent's cards. So in a two-player game, you have to take one of the actions to be able to see either hand of cards. So we'll go into that. So to set up, you're going to put the 6 island tiles out. On the back, they also have the nasty, filthy corporate hotel. You're going to put out the deck of species cards, the corporation cards, which are going to have a back that looks like this. You're going to line up all the species cards that look like this with an extinction side and a survival side. And you're going to put the corresponding token on the middle space of each of the species, so you can move it accordingly. All right, and you can optionally use a diver card if you want to for a one-time use of the special power in the game. So I'm deciding to do that. I'll explain what those do once I decide to use it. All right, so each player is going to get 4 cards face down in a two-player game. In a multiple-player game, I wouldn't know what my cards are, but I could see everybody else's cards. So I would know, hey, they have starfish or whatever. Okay, so the way the game works, it's going to go corporation's turn, player's turn, then it'll switch, corporation's turn, other player's turn, and that's it. So when the corporation goes, they're going to flip a card, they're going to do what the card says, which is going to affect the species going extinct, because they're trying to wipe out species by, digging them up or getting them out of the water to sell them as like tourist attractions and build their hotels. Then on a player's turn, they have 3 actions they can take. They can discard a card to flip one of the hotel sides back to an ocean, or the island side. They can play a card from their hand to adjust one of the species closer to the survival side. Or they can use the walkie-talkie, which will let one other player know all the cards that they have in their hand. So in this case, if I use the walkie-talkie, I would flip all those cards over so I would have some knowledge. So we'll go ahead and get started. This player will be the first player. First thing we're going to do is we're going to flip the corporation card. This is a hotel card. This is saying we're going to flip the yellow and the green islands to the hotel side. Not going to affect the species tracks right now, but we now have 2 hotels that are flipped. So the way that we win is by getting a certain number of species to the survival side based on how difficult we want to play it. So I'm doing the very easy. So we want to save 5 species. And we can lose if the corporation either flips all 6 hotels or they get 5 species to the extinction side. So we're trying to avoid that, and we're trying to save the guys. So, all right, so that was the corporation. Now it's this player's turn. First thing they're going to do is I want to know what's in that hand. So I am going to use my walkie-talkie action as my action, and then this player, well, my other hand, since it's just me playing, will get to flip all their cards. So now I get to play with this hand revealed. But as I draw more cards into my hand, they're going to go face down. So that's the end of this turn. If I would have played any cards, I would have drawn back up to 4, and then that's it. So then it's this player's turn. We're going to flip a corporation card. All right, so this means the active player, which is the player with the face-up hand, has to discard one of their cards, play one of their cards to negatively affect the species track. So now that we can see everything, we know that if we adjust the starfish down, we have another starfish that we can adjust up. So we'll do that. So we'll play the starfish, and we'll move the starfish 1 step closer toward extinction, and we'll draw a new card. All right, next thing they want to do on their turn is I'm going to try to get something not extinct. So I'm actually going to use the walkie-talkie. This is kind of risky. So now I know what's in this hand as well. All right, so I know 7 of the 8 cards that I'm playing with right now, and that's that player's turn. We're going back to the corporation. All right, so this is a 2-parter. If we were playing a super easy game, we would ignore the top part, but we're not. We're playing the regular game. So we're going to first flip a card from the top. This is Dynamite Fishers. So we're going to flip a card. Whoops, wrong card. Flip a card from the top. We're going to have to move down this fish 1 step closer toward extinction. Where is it? Okay, right here. And then we're going to make hotels on the red and yellow islands. So yellow's already flipped, so we're good there. So now they're halfway towards winning. So this is this player's turn. First thing they want to do is they want to start getting, do they have anything that works with that player? They're going to use the octopus, and they're going to move the octopus 1 step closer towards survival. And there's a reason for that. And if we can do it, we'll go into it in a little bit. All right, now it's that player's turn. Another corporation card. They're going to dynamite fish again, so they're going to flip one from the top. Just undid everything that I just did. They're moving the octopus down. And they're going to flip green and purple hotels. Uh-oh. So there's 2 islands that are left. So this player is going to use their generic card. They don't know what it is, so they're going to spend it. And they're going to get rid of this hotel and turn it back into a nice clean island. Then they'll draw back up to 4. All right, that's this player's turn. We're going to flip some corporation. So we're going to do some more dynamite fishing. Dang it. I had these cards set up differently when I was playing early, sorry. So we're going to move this species down 1 step closer toward extinction, and then we're going to do orange, damn the glare, orange and green hotels. Orange and green hotels. So just flip that back. Green's already there. Okay. So now this player, they want to start working towards getting some stuff saved. So they're going to play the turtle. Maybe risky, but they're going to move the sea turtle up 1 step. Draw another card. Okay. And then it's the corporation's turn. This player has to play 1 card out of their hand to adjust towards extinction. So they will play, they're going to do the shark because the shark hasn't been moved yet. So they'll play the shark, which kind of stinks, but they don't want to randomly do it and have something bad happen. And then we're going to flip over the orange and the purple hotels. They're already flipped, so nothing happens there. They'll draw another card. Oh, they already have 4. Okay. Now they're going to play some stuff. They have the starfish. They're going to move the starfish back over. So they're going to play the starfish. This is scary. This is scary. There's only 2 hotels that can be flipped. Take another card. Corporation's turn. Yellow and orange hotels. They're already flipped, so we're good. All right. So then we're going to move. This player wants to start moving some stuff too, so they're going to move the crab. They're going to move the red crab up, closer towards survival. Draw another card. Corporation's turn. So the active player right here has to play a card toward the species. They're going to randomly pick 1. Blue star. Yes, all right. So blue star's moving this way. Nothing's extinct yet. That's good. That's good. And blue and yellow hotels. Uh-oh. So we only have a red island left. So this player is going to save the red island. So they'll play this card. It's an eel. They're going to play the eel to flip over a hotel. Then it's this player's turn. They're going to do the corporation. More dynamite fishing. So we'll pull 1 from the top here. Let's see. Uh-oh. So this guy is now extinct. And that stinks. All right, so you're going to play like this until either the corporation makes all the islands into hotels, or hits a certain threshold of species that are extinct, or if the players can hit their survival number before those 2 things happen. And that is how the game is. Solo is just the same thing as a 2-player game. It just functions a little differently because you have to simulate the Hanabi style cards with 1 player. So that is Mini Diver City. Let's go up to the top, see what they think about it. All right, so that was Mini Diver City. And yet again, another game that I like better than Hanabi. This game, I have played it solo a ton. And I think that's where I'm going to keep playing it, because I enjoy that I have two hands and I have to use actions to flip either of the hands up so I can see what cards are in there. It's quick. I'm always playing. It's a blast. I had a great time. The issue with this game that I have is it is hard. I played it on easy, and every single time, I think I'm the most fish that I've, or not fish, I guess the most species of creatures that I have saved, I think were 2. And then I lost once by all the hotels getting built. I lost another time because there were like 7 species that were extinct. It is hard. It's a simple game. You're basically taking one action on your turn. The corporation does their action. I think there's like 3 different corporation cards. There's one where the active player plays a card from their hand to move it down. There's the Dynamite Fishers where you flip a card from the top of the corporation deck to move it to the extinction. And then there's the hotel. And then there are cards that do multiple different actions. So you may have to flip a card and do a hotel. And then there's one, I think it's a promo, that you do 3 things. You flip a card, you take a card from your hand, and you do a hotel. It is terrible. So yeah, this game, the art's beautiful too. I mean, this is a nice little box cover with some really great art. The cards are cute. The animals that they put on there are adorable. Simple setup. It's just cards and some little tokens. You're just playing cards, moving some tokens around. Super fast, super fun, and as a solo experience, I love it. I haven't played it as more people. I've only played it as solo, but I can imagine that it only amps up a little bit in difficulty. 1, because there's more corporations going on, and 2, you have more people trying to accomplish the same thing without really being able to talk to each other. So I'm sure it's more difficult. So solo game for me all day. This is probably one of my favorite solo games that I've played in a while. So that is Mini Diver City, and I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and keep gaming.